Hey, gorgeous, welcome back to English in the City. So, you've tried learning English before, right? And let me guess, you got bored and gave up? I don't blame you. Endless grammar drills, dusty textbooks. It feels less like living in New York and more like waiting in line at the DMV. But this time is not that time. This time, you're learning the way real people learn, through stories, through life, through a little fun. No pressure, no repeat until you cry exercises. Just listen, enjoy, and let the language slip into your mind like a glass of wine at sunset. Watch this video every day for a week, or more, if you're feeling ambitious. And trust me, you'll start to surprise yourself. Ready to begin? Let's go. Okay, here's your first step. Hit pause and read the story on the screen. Don't worry about every single word. Don't stop to translate. Just read, and let English feel like an old song you suddenly remember. Now, check out these words and phrases. Don't treat them like homework. Think of them as characters in your new favorite show. Just notice them, get familiar with them. Let them walk into your brain and stay a while. Alright, pause again and read the story one more time. See how it already feels different? That's your brain doing its magic behind the scenes. No effort, just progress. Now it's time to just listen. No talking yet, no pressure. Let the story wash over you, like soft jazz playing in a late-night cafe. Feel the rhythm, enjoy the vibe, and let your ears do the learning. Oat milk, silent wars, and real love. Last night, I was standing in line at a small grocery store in Brooklyn. It was one of those places where the lights are too bright, the music is too loud, and everyone looks like they're in a rush. In front of me, a couple was arguing over oat milk. Yes, oat milk. She wanted vanilla, he wanted unsweetened. Their fight was quiet, but sharp, like two knives hitting each other. I looked at them and thought, isn't that how modern love works? We don't argue about big things anymore. Not politics, not philosophy. We argue about oat milk, phone chargers, and who forgot to buy toilet paper. Back in Manhattan, I told this story to my friend Emily. She rolled her eyes and said, "Anna, love isn't about big ideas. Love is about the everyday. If you can survive oat milk, you can survive anything." I laughed, but later that night, I started wondering. Maybe Emily was right. Maybe real love is tested not in candlelit dinners or passionate kisses, but in those small, boring, daily negotiations. The silent wars over laundry. The debates about which side of the bed belongs to whom. Walking home alone, I passed by a couple holding hands. They weren't glamorous, they weren't arguing, they were just quietly walking together. And I thought, maybe that's the real thing. Not perfect, not cinematic, but steady. And then, of course, I asked myself the one question every single woman in New York eventually asks: if love is oat milk, Do I really want the sweet version, or can I live with it unsweetened? And now, the fun part. I'll ask you questions about the story. Start simple, answer out loud. Yes, really out loud, even if your only audience is your dog, your plant, or that half-empty coffee cup on the table. If you don't know, guess. If you only manage a yes or no, that's great too. Every word you say is another step closer to owning this language. So, let's talk about the story. Remember the couple in the grocery store? The oat milk couple. Tell me, what were they doing? Yes, they were arguing. Repeat, they were arguing. Good. And what were they arguing over? Exactly, they were arguing over oat milk. Repeat after me, they were arguing over oat milk. Now, think about it. Do people argue only about big things? No, not always. Sometimes they argue about very small things. Repeat, people argue about small things. Let me ask you. Do you sometimes argue about food? Maybe with your family, your partner, or even with yourself? Yes? No? Be honest. I'll tell you mine. I once had a long fight about pasta. Pasta! Can you believe that? So, what does this tell us? It tells us that love today is not always about philosophy or politics. Sometimes it's about milk, sugar, pasta, and phone chargers. Repeat, love is about the everyday. Again, love is about the everyday. Now, let's think about Emily, my friend. What did Emily say? She said, love isn't about big ideas. Love is about the everyday. Repeat it slowly, love isn't about big ideas. Love is about the everyday. Do you agree with Emily? Yes? Maybe? If you agree, say, yes, I agree. If you don't agree, say, no, I don't agree. Let's move on. Later that night, I started thinking. Where is real love tested? Is it tested in candlelit dinners? No. Is it tested in passionate kisses? Not really. It is tested in small daily negotiations. Repeat, love is tested in daily negotiations. Now you. Tell me, what are daily negotiations? Yes, small talks, small compromises, the little things you do every day. For example, who does the laundry? Who washes the dishes? Which side of the bed belongs to whom? Repeat after me, who does the laundry? Who washes the dishes? Which side of the bed? Do you know what I call this? Silent wars. Repeat, silent wars. One more time, silent wars. Do you sometimes have silent wars with someone? Maybe about the TV remote? About where to go on Saturday night? About how long to stay at a party? Yes? I thought so. And that's why I say, modern love is not cinematic. Repeat, love is not cinematic. But it can be steady. Repeat, love can be steady. So, let's go back to the story. After the grocery store, I walked home alone. Repeat, I walked home alone. Tell me, was I with someone? No. I was alone. Repeat, she was alone. Now, as I walked, what did I see? I saw a couple holding hands. Repeat, a couple holding hands. Again, they were holding hands. How did they look? Were they glamorous? No. Were they arguing? No. They were just walking quietly together. Repeat, they were walking quietly together. So, what do you think? Maybe that's the real thing. Not perfect, not cinematic, but steady. Repeat after me slowly, not perfect. Not cinematic, but steady. One more time, with a little drama, not perfect. Not cinematic, but steady. Now, let's play. Do you want perfect love? Or steady love? Say it, I want perfect love. Or say, I want steady love. Which one did you choose? Be honest. Here's my thought, movies give us the perfect love. Real life gives us steady love. Repeat, movies give perfect love. Real life gives steady love. Now, remember the last question I asked myself. If love is oat milk, do I want the sweet version, or the unsweetened? Funny question, right? But think. Do you want your love sweet, easy, soft? Or do you want it unsweetened, real, maybe a little hard to swallow? Repeat the phrase with me, sweet version or unsweetened. Again, sweet version or unsweetened. Now, tell me, which one would you choose? Say it out loud, I want the sweet version. Or, I want it unsweetened. And here is the truth, both are possible. Some days love is sweet, some days it's not. Repeat, some days sweet, some days not. One more time, some days sweet, some days not. Now, let's review. Question, where was Anna in the beginning? Answer, in a grocery store. Repeat, in a grocery store. Question, what were the couple arguing over? Answer, oat milk. Repeat, oat milk. Question, what does Emily say about love? Answer, love is about the everyday. Repeat, love is about the everyday. Question, where is love tested? Answer, in daily negotiations. Repeat, in daily negotiations. Question, what did Anna see on the street? Answer, a couple holding hands. Repeat, a couple holding hands. Question, what is love? Perfect or steady? Answer, not perfect, not cinematic, but steady. Repeat, not perfect, not cinematic, but steady. Let's make it more fun. Imagine this. You are in the grocery store. You see the couple fighting about oat milk. I ask you, what do you do? Do you watch them? Do you ignore them? Do you secretly laugh? Say it, I watch them. Or, I ignore them. Or, I laugh. Now, imagine I am with you. I say, look, they are fighting about oat milk. What do you answer me? Maybe, oh no, not oat milk. Or, that's crazy. Or even, I understand them. Oat milk is important. Repeat after me with a little smile. Oat milk is important. One more time, oat milk is important. Let's do another one. Emily says, love is about the everyday. I look at you and ask, do you agree? Say it with me, yes, I agree. Or, no, I don't agree. If you agree, I say, oh good, we are on the same team. Repeat, we are on the same team. If you don't agree, I say, well, maybe you like drama. Maybe you like big fights. Repeat, maybe you like drama. Again, maybe you like drama. Now imagine the scene with the couple holding hands. I say, look at them. They're not perfect, but they're steady. What do you answer me? Say, that's nice. Or, I want that too. Repeat after me, I want that too. Again, I want that too. Okay, let's try role play. I'm Anna. You are Emily. I say, Emily, I think real love is tested in daily negotiations. Now you answer as Emily. Say, yes, Anna, that's true. Or, no, Anna, I don't think so. Now back to you. Repeat the phrase, real love is tested in daily negotiations. Once again, louder, real love is tested in daily negotiations. Let's practice the final question. I ask, if love is oat milk, do you want the sweet version or the unsweetened? Now, you answer me. Say, I want the sweet version. Or, I want the unsweetened. I react. If you choose sweet, I say, oh, you like things easy and soft. Lucky you. Repeat, easy and soft. If you choose unsweetened, I say, wow, you're brave. Real love for you. Repeat, real love for you. And now, let's mix it. Quick practice. I ask, where was Anna? You answer, in a grocery store. I say, yes, in a grocery store. I ask, what were they arguing over? You answer, oat milk. I say, exactly, oat milk. I ask, what is love about? You answer, the everyday. I say, perfect, the everyday. I ask, what is love not? You answer, not perfect, not cinematic. I say, right, not perfect, not cinematic. I ask, but what can love be? You answer, steady. I say, yes, steady. Let's finish with a little review game. I'll say the first part, you finish it. Ready? Love is not perfect, not cinematic. Yes. But steady. Repeat, love is steady. Again, with more power, love is steady. Now let's practice some key phrases, one by one. Say it with me, they were arguing over oat milk. Again, they were arguing over oat milk. One last time, they were arguing over oat milk. Next, love is about the everyday. Repeat, love is about the everyday. Once more, love is about the everyday. Now, the fun one, silent wars. Say it slowly, silent wars. Again, with drama, silent wars. Let's play choose your answer. Question: do you want sweet love or unsweetened love? Say, I want sweet love. Or, I want unsweetened love. If you chose sweet, I say, romantic. You love sugar, don't you? Repeat, romantic, sugar love. If you chose unsweetened, I say, strong choice. Real love, no sugar. Repeat, real love, no sugar. Now, let's imagine. You are walking home alone. Say it, I am walking home alone. Then you see a couple holding hands. Say it, they are holding hands. How do you feel? Happy? Jealous? Calm? Say, I feel happy. Or, I feel jealous. Or, I feel calm. And I say, don't worry. Not perfect, not cinematic, but steady. Repeat, not perfect, not cinematic, but steady. Now let's finish with a mini dialogue between me and you. Anna, Emily says love is about the everyday. Do you agree? You, yes, I agree. Anna, great. Then we are both realistic. Or you say, no, I don't agree. Anna, then maybe you like drama. Maybe you want a movie love. Repeat, movie love. Final practice. Repeat all these sentences after me, like a mantra. Love is about the everyday. Love is tested in daily negotiations. Silent wars. Not perfect, not cinematic, but steady. Sweet version or unsweetened. Once more, all together, love is about the everyday. Love is tested in daily negotiations. Silent wars. Not perfect, not cinematic, but steady. Sweet version or unsweetened. And here's my last question for you. In your life, in your love, which version do you want? Sweet? Unsweetened? Or maybe both? Because in New York, and maybe everywhere, love is just like oat milk. Sometimes vanilla, sometimes plain, but always complicated. You've done amazing today. And remember, you don't need to understand every single detail. English is not about being perfect, it's about being connected. So tomorrow, come back. And the next day. And the next. One day soon, you'll wake up and realize you're not just learning English, you're living it. I'll see you in the next story. And don't forget, you're doing so much better than you think.